Hello there. Good day. This is Marcio Gali, and this is another episode of Coding with Agents or Culture Coding with Agents. Okay. Um, what we have here are reflections from the day, from the routine of a builder, a developer, as we go through the agentic days. Today, I want to make a point about parallel between writing and writing with agents, and because it came out many of these sessions, these reflections, I caught myself saying things like nothing changed at all. And we were like, there are many articles and thoughts and leaders talking about, like with AI, your productivity goes bad. And then when you look, and that they're right. If you misuse and just trust and ask the genie to do for you something, but then that's exactly the same things we're doing with our coworkers and even with ourselves. But yes, because it's quick, right? We can aggregate problems faster, I guess. But see, under the investment situation and the high growth situation, we have been doing that already, right? And maybe it's even worse, you know. Anyway, I think the parallel I want to make today, I'm gonna show you a case here. It's a window into a problem, a conversation, where when I caught myself achieving clarity about something, because through the conversation we can achieve clarity, and in this case it's with the agent. But when authors are writing, the idea of achieving clarity through writing, it's there, right? Like, I think, like, probably I changed my frame of mind about writing 5 years from now. And because in the past I used to think that to write like 300 good pages you had to write 500 pages, but then the number changed. Then I realized, oh no, it's if you want to write 300 good pages, you need to write 3,000 pages. But then recently the numbers changed again. Oh, if you want to write 300 good pages, you need to write 30,000 good pages. And if you think that good work is created that way, now as we go through the agentic days, here we have the opportunity in some of the cases to write 30,000 good pages to arrive at 300 good pages. 30,000 pages to arrive at 300 good pages, right? That's something for us to think, It's just one perspective, I guess, right? And here's the case. So, I caught myself saying, yeah, here's a point for you. I agree with you generally, but here's a point for you. We don't need any fallback. This is a newer component I just created recently with a naive prompt asking AI to do it, because we're having this discussion and it involves housekeeping and cleanup in a code base of a system, of a software, a service. And then part of the discussion there, right? So it's basically, I'm like having this huge discussion and this huge memo by now, trying to understand certain things about the system, okay? And then as we, advanced through the discussion, I caught a very interesting point here, which is, yeah, it agree with me, we need to fix XYZ thing, and then keep a temporary client fallback parser for old content until migration is complete. You see, and then that's when I realized, oh no, it's almost like we're doing something new and keeping the old thing in there. But then at that point, I was like, yeah, oh, do we have a reason to keep the old thing in there? No. And then what I realized is that there is a temporary assumption that this old thing to be kept was old and was needed, but it wasn't at all. I inserted there 2 weeks ago when just as I revealed myself, right? When I told the AI with a naive prompt asking AI to do it. So this is the thing, right? Is this conversation, this chat with the AI system, it's giving me a view into the problem. And this is something now that I will end this video in this reflection, going back and saying thanks again to Andy Grove from High Output Management, right? The classic. Because Andy gave us an interesting phrase there and thought there, a theme. And when he said that, you need to see something, right? You need to, good management is about seeing and creating actually before, because to see something you need to create, right? Create what? The opportunities to open up the window into a problem. That's very important. This conversation that I had today with the agentic system with Codex 5.3, it could be a different AI persona very soon, I guess. It's it's just the one person bouncing, writing, right? It's writing and looking and reading what you wrote, or looking for evidence and collecting things and plotting, gathering and moving to the whiteboard and putting post-its about the situation so you can see the problem, so you can reflect on it and then make a decision later. Thank you very much.